To describe the event in one word, without a swear word, would be inspirational.
My name's Danny Wallace and I am the Queen Bee. I grew up on the council estates of Preston and I was furious when I found out that the Queen was born the Queen. So I set about creating the I Am the Queen Bee movement to help more people show up, wise up and rise up and reclaim their birthright to success. There's this quote that goes, aerodynamically, bees should not be able to fly. Their little wings shouldn't get their fat little bodies off the ground. But bees don't care what humans think is impossible. Bees fly anyway. So I wanted to create a space and a community where we can do what bees do when they're building something new. And that's festoon and link arms and help each other.
Community is really important, knowing that when people are talking about their experiences, it's not just you're not alone, there's other people that resonate and there's other people that you can help.
It's just about soaking up the atmosphere and being part of a community that supports each other.
Be Inspired is a 6-month mastermind that culminates in the most incredible personal and business development event where you take to the stage and share your mission and your business message.
It's been amazing. I have never done anything like this. Never ever thought I would, but because of Danny, I have. And I have genuinely loved it.
This is the place to be. It's so inclusive and actually it's there to help you mentally, physically and emotionally.
There's nowhere else where you'd ever feel so held and so safe.
I would love for you to come and get involved with Be Inspired so we can get you using your superpower hidden in plain sight, your voice, to take up the space you deserve in the world with your mission and your business. I can't wait to hear from you.
And with the swear word, how would you describe it?
I would describe it as inspirational.
She's cheeky. That Amy Bates at the end there, fucking inspirational, because that's what it is. Very good evening to you, everybody. Welcome. This is not the Show Up Wise Up Rise Up show. This is one of my cheeky lives, the Alumni Talks series this week, where I'm speaking to past alumni of Be Inspired, talking to them about what they're getting up to now, what their experience was when they were on Be Inspired, and what they're looking forward to next. I don't know if you can see behind me, the Wings of Destiny are filling up beautifully. Huge love and shout out to everybody that is jumping on to Be Inspired and Be Heard and Be Heard Pro. Doors to Be Heard and Be Heard Pro close tomorrow. If you're wanting to get on that program, we begin on Wednesday next week. So you only have until tomorrow evening to get onto Be Heard and Be Heard Pro. If you're thinking about Be Inspired, come and get into my DMs. Let's have a conversation. Yesterday, we announced extended payment plans across the board. So on Be Heard, you can now pay in 3 installments. Be Heard Pro, you can either pay in 4 or 6 installments. And Be Inspired, our most daring, I guess, and most accessible payment plan to date. You could pay in either in full, you can pay in 6 months, 9 months, or 12 months across those payment plans. So if you do want to know a little bit more, you need to get a shifty on and get into my inbox and let's have a conversation. Let's get you flying and let's get you speaking about your businesses, about your missions, and getting you out there, because that's what we want to do. It's not just about taking to the stage. It's about allowing yourself to step into that position of expert in your field. So you're the go-to person for whatever it is, whatever field it is, whether you're a product-based service, whether you're an activist, whether you're in service industry, whatever it is. So you're taking up space. So this evening, I have got the delightful Claire Morton is joining us tonight, the purpose pusher herself. Where is she? She's here. Hello, you.
Hello. How are you?
Listen to you. We're talking about a voice and you're all squeaky.
I know it couldn't be. It could probably. I don't know how to take it, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing when we want to promote Be Inspired and speaking. But I think I've been speaking too much.
I'll
Yeah,
take that. I'll take
one of
that.
those coffee things, and it's like, you know, when you're just coughing, it's not COVID.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's fine. People tell me I sound sexy, so
Yeah, I'm
that's
digging
fine.
it. Like every one of them call girls, like I'm digging it. Claire Morton, thank you so much for joining us this evening. I know you're really busy doing all of the things that you do. Before we get into talking about your Be Inspired experience, tell us a little bit more about what you do.
Yeah, I'm a high performance coach, and I work typically with high performing leaders and business owners, especially in the creative industry of late. I keep pivoting.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we do. And I work with them to help them find their truth, reconnect to their passion and purpose, because a lot of business owners get busy and want to make the money, and then they lose connection as to why they're doing it. And
Yes.
it's, yeah, the money is absolutely great, but it's all about what are we doing it for, passion and purpose, because everything we need is in here, and anything outside of ourselves won't give us that happiness forever. But it's lovely to have those nice things, but everything is inside. So it's all about helping people to find the purpose, but in a loving way.
And without that connection to what it is that you're doing, it is incredibly difficult to build the businesses that you want, right? It's incredibly difficult to generate the income that you want to generate if you are not connected to your core reason. If your core reason is just making the money, it's not going to cut it. Not in today's society either, right? People want to make sure that you give a shit about them before they even entertain working with you.
Absolutely. That the it's all about trust. It's all
Yeah.
about relationships. It's about building relationships and maintaining them, and open, honest, transparent relationships. And it's for me, it's more about serving people, and obviously hence why I did Be Inspired, it was to help give me confidence in getting my message out there, because I'm so clear on, I love people, I love to serve, and I love, like you, helping people find their true core potential and fly and watch them as you've watched all of us. And because in today, I mean, I know we've just been talking backstage as well about the sense of people not wanting to put themselves out there because they are feared of being judged.
Yes.
And we've got to stop that. We've got to stop worrying about what other people think, because there's people out there that want to hear what we've got to say, and people there that want to resonate with all of us.
Absolutely.
It was one thing that used to stop me. Or what if I do this and they don't like me? Or what if, I could do a live and someone unfollows me? So what?
Right.
So what? Because that's fine. Not everybody has to like you. So
and those unfollows or those unsubscribes are actually people making way for the right kind of people
absolutely. Yeah. That's a brilliant way
that
to
you're
look at it.
attracted to. And you've got these gifts, all of you watching out there, all of you watch what I do and watch what happens in the hive, or all of you have a gift, and who are you not to share it? Amy Mantle's watching along this evening. Hi, Amy. Hey, both. Loved your talk at Be Inspired last year. Claire Morton spoke at Be Inspired September. Can you believe? It feels like a lifetime of 5 minutes ago.
I know. It was so 6 months,
Yeah, just about. Just nudging.
And I can still remember how I felt that morning when I woke up. And it was
You opened the show.
Yeah. And I remember feeling so scared. And I as a coach, you have all that, the reframes and all of you're saying all the affirmations, and it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And it was okay. And it was like, I just want to go home. Oh, I want me mum. Oh. And it's like, Claire, what is the worst thing that can happen?
Right.
And as soon as I got there, the energy in the room was so uplifting. You were practicing a song on stage. And it was lovely. And there was loads of stuff going on in the background. And then I went up to get hair and makeup done. And then it was like, bang, you're on. It was like, oh, shit.
Oh, my God, okay.
It was the best. Oh, it's the best feeling ever. The energy was amazing.
The event itself is incredible. It's for me anyway, it's like the icing on the cake, because the journey to the stage is a journey and a half, right? It is a roller coaster of emotion, of personal development, self-development, of applying new skills or old skills in different ways, because you were already, from a corporate background, a trainer. You were already somebody who delivered to groups of professionals. It wasn't outside of the realms of your skill set. So what was it about Be Inspired that wanted you to take that to a different level? What was it about Be Inspired?
Ooh, good question. Yeah, I guess I had the confidence to present
Yes.
all of the topics that I was used to presenting. So customer experience and, Myers-Briggs and all of those, those tools and concepts that are not mine, but I've learned
Yes.
to teach. And with Be Inspired, it was me and my story and my topic. So it was, who wants to listen to me? Part of it. But then it's like, but Claire, you've got something to give. And as I speak to my clients, we've all got gifts. The gifts are forgiven. So it's like, no, I'm really strong on my why, and I want to serve, and I know who I want to serve, and I love people, and I really need to get this message out. And part of mine was very much about meditation and the way the world's in a stressful place at the minute. There's a lot of people suffering with anxiety and stress, and I use meditation and subconscious practices and hypnosis as part of my coaching. I'm so passionate about helping people to find their space and their connect to themselves. So it was about how I found meditation and yoga that allowed me to go in and discover who I was. So because I was living a false life of the perfect life, and wanting the perfect body and having the perfect husband, and it was far from it. Far from it.
And you were being really vulnerable in that space, weren't you? Sharing
Yeah.
those bits of you that actually allow your audience to see you and to see what they're getting when they come and work with you is a human being who cares, who knows what the journey to the outcome of what it is that you teach is. You know what that journey is because you've walked it, and allowing yourself to learn how to tell your story in that way just makes it all the more compelling. And to see your growth, to see you own yourself as a speaker now, there's no denying it. You are Claire Morton, high performance coach and speaker. And you've gone on to do some phenomenal things since. I sounded shocked. I'm not shocked because you are phenomenally talented. But to see the things that you've gone on to go and do, like you're an international speaker now, you've been like, tell us more about what you've been doing.
Yeah. So after that event, there was an opportunity that came up to speak in Arizona at a retreat with Abby Perrett in Phoenix, Arizona. And it was the same talk. It was the power of silence. And she was like, I really want you to come along and share your life, your experience with my ladies. It was her masterminders to help them to connect to themselves, because it was something that they needed to find that self-belief, self-confidence. And I was like, oh my God. So I messaged you, saying, Danny, I've got this speaking gig. And you were like, oh my God, that's amazing. Right, go on, you're okay, go for it.
Go and do it. Yeah, you can take up space in that.
And she was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So that was in February. And then obviously since then I've done a lot of training. I've been doing quite a lot of corporate training again. My delivery, even I did a leadership development program for the Village Hotel Group back a couple of weeks ago, and even delivering to a room of people, there's 20 people in the room, the confidence and the self-belief and just the way that a speaker and you can facilitate the energy of the room. I just felt more confident. I was more open with people. I was really, truly myself. Because in the corporate world, I was suit on, mask on. I'll just do anything anybody wants me
You're
to
the
do.
corporate suit, aren't you? You're talking in the royal we when you're saying we. But when you shift from corporate trainer to speaker to inspirer to thought leader, and these are all the things that you are, Claire, that you take up space in the world that little bit different. The shoulders are broader, you stand up straighter, you allow yourself to put a bit of you in what it is that you share, and it becomes so much more powerful. And to see you doing that, even on the podcast that you do, Honest to God, that you do with the incredible Gemma Ray, just seeing you like stand forth even more now It's going from good to great, from great to excellent. And for anybody that's out there that has already got these skills, that's what we look at. It doesn't have to be about being entry level. I've never done this before. We want to take you from not just good to great, but from great to excellent, from excellent to real consummate professional. And that's, that's just where you reside now. That's just what you do.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm taking that compliment.
I love that you're taking that. I love that it's difficult to receive. And I think that actually I want to ask you about this, because this is something that people won't expect to happen. And often what happens directly after being inspired, it's such a build up, it's such a momentum that in the weeks afterwards, we talk about what's called snow globing. We've been shaken up a little bit. We've been put in this, really emotional situation. We've experienced a lot together. And I think, one of the beautiful things about the mastermind is how much everybody has got everybody's back. That's phenomenal. But there's this little period of time directly after where lots of us drop off a little cliff. There are lots of us kind of feel this expanse of, okay, so what now? How did you find that? What did you experience that? What was that like for you?
Yeah, because obviously, as you know, we've still got our WhatsApp group going because we were also close and connected.
Yeah,
it's still going strong now because we were all in it last night, and because I am quite self-aware, and I do get those highs and lows.
Yeah.
So when I did feel myself coming down off the high, and I did get a little bit sick afterwards because I was so pumped up, and so ready for it, and you are in fight or flight a little bit because I'm going on stage and you're preparing, and even though you've got the support from you,
it's like training for a prize fight, isn't it? It's like that's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah, and the build up to it, the relationships, the laughs that we had, and the tears that we had, just powered that up. But it was a bit like, I remember when I got married and you're planning your wedding for ages and then you get married. Oh my God, is this
what do we do now?
What do we do now? But then it's like allowing yourself to have that rest, to have that space, and then you recharge and you get back on. And then it was like from then a month later, I got that stuff, the job ready for the February in Arizona. And then the next thing was the Womanifest last night. So
that's a big announcement. Have you announced that anywhere yet, or is that an exclusive?
No, I haven't announced it.
Are we allowed to? You're allowed to say anything?
I've not been told not to.
I know. We've not signed an NDA or anything like that.
Yeah.
So our incredible friend of the show and friend of IATQB, Jodie Salt, and the whole of the Woman Up movement have got Womanifest that's happening. Just before lockdown last time, we had our events very close together, and it's happening again in September. So on the 17th and 18th of September, and then on the 28th, 29th and 30th of September is Womanifest and Be Inspired, respectively. September's going to be absolutely banging. There's loads of brilliant.
It's going to be
You're coming
amazing.
along, aren't you? It is.
Yeah,
We've got to get a bigger boat, Claire. We've got to get a bigger. We've sold out of our previous venue. We've got to get a bigger venue. We're announcing our new venue in the next week or so. But we've had to get a different venue because we've sold out already, and so many people are saying that we still want to come. So that's so exciting. But Womanifest is this wonderful multi-track event, and you're going to be speaking at Womanifest.
Yes, yeah. So that's great. It's been amazing. But I wanted to make sure that we talk about the training up to the day and what we're involved in, because we started in the May.
Yeah, we did, and
so it was
just like we're going to start next week for everybody. That's
wasn't it? And we had all of the training with you, with all of the other ladies in the Be Heard Pro. Yeah, we did all that, and then it was the mastermind starting after that. So each week we were with you and the other ladies in the mastermind group, for that time, for the training, and that was really, really helpful. Really
So
helped.
what was helpful about it? Was it the content that was helpful? Was it how you just knew when to turn up every week and that was it? You didn't have to think about it or mess things around. Like what was good about the training? Because for everybody that's watching this evening, I launched 2 programs at the same time, and it probably doesn't make good business sense, but from a timing perspective, it makes sense for me that everybody that I work with goes through Be Heard, and Be Heard is the gold standard of what I can deliver in terms of knowledge. So from a knowledge point of view, I give you everything that I know about speaking and some. So we talk about the internal stuff behind the eyes, between the ears, how you're feeling about speaking. We talk about structures from which to deviate. So we talk about all those different structures. If anybody wants to see me saggy boobs, then you want to come into the program. That's an in joke that I shouldn't really share outside, but there is one of the structures.
You got that trademarked.
I need to, don't I? I need to trademark my saggy boobs.
Yeah.
We go through structures from which to deviate, intentional presentational skills, so how to intentionally use your body language and space. So it's industry tips and tricks, how to elegantly sell when you're speaking, how to utilize speaking then to grow your business, not just from getting paid to speak.
Personality styles as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah.
All of the different ways of communicating. We cover so much in those 8 weeks. And then what we do is we extend out into the mastermind. So everybody gets all of the core training. And then what we do is we make it bespoke for everybody going through the process. So we hang out every Wednesday at 8:00, and then we have the one-to-ones to do the build, I guess, to do the what's your talk going to be like and build it itself.
And that was, I remember thinking, I know I want to speak about meditation and how it can help reconnect and to the soul and to be yourself. But I don't know how I'm going to say that. And then I had the one-to-one with you, and you came up with the headline, and I was like, yeah, I can see it, Claire, I can see it. It's this. And I was like, oh my God, this is why she's good. She just gets it.
And sometimes it looks like I'm not even listening.
And then you come out with it, and it's like, this is why she's good at what she does. She's so good.
So I'll be taking notes and my brain's going.
Yeah. That was the start of, okay. And then I felt really good after that one-to-one to go, right, I've got something to build on now. I've got all this stuff. This is the title. Okay. And then the feedback from you was, we need more Claire in this. We need more Claire in this, because I was pushing Claire out of it.
Yeah, you were still kind of trying to stand in front of the systems.
Yeah, and I know now when I deliver that talk again, more Claire comes in, because I'm totally fine with that now.
The world needs more Claire Morton. The world always needs more Claire. And we did some really cool things as well. So as part of the experience, one of the things that we do is we look at what it is to run an event on the inside. So I share with you in a really real way, in a warts and all way, what it means to put on an event like this, because it is on some people's vision boards. They want to put on events. So I share with you what my experience is each and every time. It never really changes. It is a roller coaster for me, and we all have each other's back as we go through that together. But we have a little competition between the 2 days. We have day 1 cohort and day 2 cohort, and one of the prizes is a winner dinner. And at the end of everything, the team that have sold the most tickets, we go out to a beautiful restaurant at the end. And we went to 20 Stories in Manchester and went for a beautiful dinner. We had a lush night, right?
It was lovely. Yeah. Oh God, the food, and that place was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're going there on Friday for our winner dinner. Day 2 won this time. I thought day 1 we're going to take it, but day 2 took it. So we're there for the winner dinner on Friday.
They're in for a treat. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it?
It absolutely is. It is. Yeah. Claire, one of the things I'm finding right now, I'm having lots of conversations with people, and people are absolutely loving the concept of being inspired and being heard. They know they can see the value in it. And there's a lot of fear right now, and uncertainty around investing in something like Be Inspired or something like Be Heard, when there isn't a direct exchange for, if you buy this, you will make this amount of money in your business. It's a difficult quantifiable gain, but a real gain nevertheless. If somebody is out there and they're worried about making an investment like this, what would you say to them?
It
Oh,
is
she's
an investment.
thinking.
I know this, you can see I'm going right up to the brain here. It's an investment, and this is how you have to look at it.
Yeah.
It's an investment that it might not come, not just in monetary terms, but in terms of personal growth.
Yes.
In terms of knowing that you can take a risk, because it is really, really scary. It's scary to speak on stage. It's scary to spend money. But you've got to know that if you invest in something, you're investing money. Money is currency. Currency is energy.
Yes.
You will put more of yourself into it, and therefore you will get more out of it.
Yes.
So yeah, it's an investment. But for me, because I've worked on my money mindset, and money is currency, currency is energy. If I give some money to somebody, I expect something back in exchange, and it was worth what I got back in terms of the energy from you and the group. Plus, you get the speaking day. On the cake, you get the video, you get the reels, you get the confidence, you get more connections, so therefore, the energy flows out. You feel you've got more self-belief, more growth.
Yeah.
Then more stuff comes about, more opportunities. Because if you stay small, nothing's going to change.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah,
If you
absolutely.
do
And
invest, what can you do?
absolutely. And if you're taking up space in the world with your shoulders broader, standing up straighter, you're going to command more of the world around you. So if those of you, they're out there thinking like, what am I getting for doing this? I just want to speak. It's a very expensive way to speak on a stage. It's not, that's the icing on the cake. It's the way that you take up space in the world off of the back of doing this inner work as well as doing the outer work. You're dead right, Claire. You're dead right.
It's honestly, if anybody is like on the fence, or even if anyone's just like me, I just saw it. I went, I'm in. And it was like, I just knew, because I listened to my intuition. And sometimes it's like, maybe I don't know how the money might come, but I know it's the belief in yourself. And it's nice to see so many different types of people, all walks of life, all backgrounds. That inspires you, because that is what the world,
it's my favorite bit,
would be like. And it's like, I want to go on there as a woman, as a 46-year-old woman who's a Scouser, and I want other women to go, if she can do it, I can do it, because I'm just Claire. If I can do it, anyone can do it. And that's the message that you want to send out. You've got to believe in yourself, and you receive that as part of the experience.
Absolutely. Claire, thank you so much for spending some time with me this evening and sharing your Be Inspired experience. We've got Maria Anderson is on watching along this evening, who has jumped in just a couple of hours ago, has decided to come and join this cohort. She's sharing that she cannot wait. She's over the fence and in the door, and now she's scared, but we've got your back. What would you say to Maria, Claire? She's feeling a bit scared. She's just jumped in.
Yeah, go in on the fear, go all in on the fear, feel it all. You'll absolutely love it, honest to God. And I'll be there to see you. So I'll give you a big hug and a big squeeze, and I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, you'll love it. It's amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time tonight. Claire Morton, how do we find you? How do we find you to follow what you do in the world? Because you are phenomenal, and everyone needs a bit of Claire Morton.
Thank you so much. I'm on Facebook as Claire Morton. I've just deleted some friends' accounts because they were all just people that I didn't know. So feel free to add me as a friend. I like friends. I have also got my own Facebook group called The Successful Kindset. So feel free to join that one. And www.thepurpose-pusher.com. And on Instagram, The Purpose Pusher.
Amazing. Claire, thank you for your time this evening. I love you, and I'll see you really soon.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
That was Claire Morton, the Papers Pusher. Everybody, please do go and check her out. The work that she does in the world is absolutely phenomenal. If you are sat on the fence or considering Be Heard or Be Inspired, the doors to Be Heard close and Be Heard Pro close tomorrow. So if you do want to take part in the standard course or that pro course, you will need to get in by tomorrow evening. There are still spaces on Be Inspired. We have those extended payment plans for Be Heard and Be Heard Pro. Be Heard is the 8-week course. We've got 3-month payment plan available on that. We've got Be Heard Pro, which is where you get some one-to-one time with me as well. We've got a 4-month and a 6-month payment plan available on that. And then the big one, Be Inspired, which is the one they all want to do. We've got a 6-month, a 9-month, and a 12-month payment plan available for you. It has never been as accessible or as easy to get involved with this. So this is speaking to you. You've been watching over the past couple of weeks. You're kind of dancing around the idea, and that 12-month payment plan makes it more accessible to you. Please get into my DMs. Let's have a conversation. I've got lots of time over tonight and the weekend to have conversations with you, particularly about Be Inspired. Be Heard, the doors close tomorrow. We get started on Wednesday next week at 8 o'clock. I cannot wait to see who tumbles off of the fence. Jojo Smith was saying just the other day, what's it going to cost you by sitting on the fence? That splinter in your arse is going to be more expensive than any investment that you make in working with me. And that is not a lie. Thank you so much for your time this evening. I'm going live with Abigail Horn at 8 o'clock to share even more about Be Inspired, but also talk to Abs about what she's getting up to in the world and how we've worked together before. So please do join us for that. Go and follow Abigail Horn if you don't already. She's bloody amazing. In the meantime, have a good evening, you lot. It was the splinter that got you, Maria. I'm so glad that you're part of the cohort. And a huge shout out to Kat Lindsley Hood as well, who's also watching along this evening, who's part of this brand new cohort. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful viewers, members of the IATQB Hive and wider members of the community. I love you. You lot are belters. If you know somebody who you think would be great for Be Inspired to be a part of this lineup, to be a part of this mastermind, do let them know. Get them to get in touch with me, even if it's just to have a conversation. And I'll see you a little bit later on, Tra.